Welcome back to the final part of Team Talks. We're going to turn attention now to Forest and their clash against league leaders Arsenal.
Arsenal still unbeaten at home in the Premier League this season. So many seasons of promise, so many seasons of pursuit. The promise has become a purpose. Now, can the destiny be fulfilled?
Brilliant strike from Martin Odegaard.
Arsenal take the lead, and who else but Gabriel from the corner?
There's Rice again, he's got two, Arsenal have got three, and they are putting themselves in position to go 6 points clear at the top.
Arsenal are ready to claim this as their year. This Arsenal team are ready to show that they are the real thing.
Ahead of the game, let's hear from both managers, starting with Sean Dyche.
You've got to do all the basics well. Your shape's got to be good. You've got to work hard out of possession, and you've got to work and wait for your opportunities. Sometimes they keep the ball well. They've been productive. They get the ball forward quicker than they have done previously. Everyone talks about their set pieces, but they're not just a set piece outfit. That's for sure. They're a very strong outfit. So I think got ready on all levels, and I think that's what we're looking to be.
Well, I think we are building very good momentum, and belief comes from performances and a level of consistency that we have shown throughout 32 games already this season. And what we did the other day at Stamford Bridge, it should help us to be very convinced that we have the ability to do that. But the reality is that you have to show it in every game, and there's still so much to happen. But we are glad that we are still alive in the 4 competitions.
Very good couple of days for Arsenal in terms of the cup competitions. You almost forget that their last Premier League game was that goalless draw with Liverpool. They missed an opportunity there to go 8 points clear at the top, really missing that ruthlessness. Do you think that's a weakness of theirs in this title race?
It's interesting because I was at that game and it just seemed a little bit flat. I mean, those midweek games when they're top of the table stuff, I mean, I know Liverpool are not top of the table, but they are still the champion. I thought it was quite a poor game. Overall, I don't think the weather made a difference. I think the weather made a difference on that night as well, not making excuses. I think for this Arsenal side now, they are so different with regards to their strength in depth. The main conundrum and the main question, Victor Gyökeres gets a goal midweek, then gets an assist as well. Team selection, but this is the game I was alluding to. Yes, it was an opportunity wasted in this type of game because Liverpool were nowhere near. They had nobody in that front line area for this game. Ekitike wasn't available. Isak's out. So this was an opportunity for Arsenal to really, go 8 points clear. I thought Madueke was fantastic in this game. He's so good at going 1v1. But I just think this Arsenal side now, I love Declan Rice, Zubimendi, Odegaard. Norgard can't even get a game. He's playing centre-back against Portsmouth. So this Arsenal side now, people say, set-piece FC. I don't call them that. I think you've got the small margins in football. They've just hired a throw-in coach as well that's one of the best in the world. You've got to gain those small yardages. And everyone laughed when people spoke about set-piece coach. And now everyone has them. Do you know what I mean? So they're more than a set-piece FC team. Kai Havertz, Gabriel Jesus today play instead of Gyökeres.
Yeah, that is the big question, actually, that I wanted to raise because obviously Gyökeres scored against Chelsea and a lot of people have been waiting for that goal. He's been criticised very, very heavily. He showed some frustration in the moments just leading up to it. I think when Saka didn't pass the ball to him immediately. What do you make of him? What do you think about him? Does Kai Havertz start, as Leanne questioned, now that he's back from fitness?
So it's a necessarily timed goal because, as you say, he's got Gabriel Jesus coming back to full fitness. And I think there has been an issue for Gyökeres of late because anytime Jesus has come on for him, you can see more energy to the team. I think he links up better to the players. Kai Havertz, I think look, he's been very good for Arsenal, but from what I'm told as well, one of the reasons that Arteta and his staff really value him is because they think he absolutely gets what Arteta wants in terms of pressing, and that really kind of completes the team. So I have to say, I think it'll be a matter of time until Havertz is actually starting games, just for that pure tactical reason. It's maybe a bit of a pity from Gyökeres, but ultimately there hasn't been the results yet. Also, let's be fair, I'm speculating about the future. Arteta hasn't made the decision yet, and it's why that goal against Chelsea might be so key. But Gyökeres, he has to give more. I mean, it was one thing that came up. You mentioned the Liverpool game there. While he was on the pitch, he had 8 touches. And I think that from what I'm told as well, there is a bit of frustration that it's not just about the goals, but also when the ball goes up to Gyökeres, it's not sticking to him. Look, he is still adapting to the Premier League, having come from Portugal, but he was signed as because of his age, over like Benjamin Sesko's 21, Gyökeres at the time he was 26, now he's 27. It was supposed to be about being the finished article, but we are still seeing someone who's adapting to the Premier League.
Yeah, I think sometimes, often there's excuses, but what I will say is Mikel Arteta has played him. I think Mikel Moreno did a better job in the number 9, and he's not even a number 9. You have to offer something. And I think with Gyökeres, the thing that I liked was his assist even more than his goal.
Yeah.
Because he got quite fortunate, but Chicharito Hernandez used to put himself in those positions and score goals. I don't think Gyökeres offers enough. And I still think, for me, I would have Moreno out of Kai Havertz, Gabriel Jesus, and those 3, because I think he offers more. And I know he's not a number 9, but when he played in that position, he's scoring goals, he's putting himself about. And at times, I do feel for Gyökeres, because I've been there myself when you're not scoring goals. But when you watch him there live, he's not really offering much to this Arsenal team, is he?
I really noticed in that Liverpool game as well. There was, in the first half, there were 3 moments when the ball flashed across the box and he felt like 5 yards behind play. I think a striker in that situation, he's supposed to be getting on the end of that, or gambling.
Yeah, just very quickly, a word on Forest. That win over West Ham was so vital for them.
Yeah, so vital. I mean, what a turnaround day. Last year, Nuno's there doing really well. And Sean Dyche, this is a massive result for them. I know it was a penalty in the end, but, this is massive. And I know West Ham have not been in the greatest of run of forms this season, but, Morgan Gibbs-White is still performing to those levels. Elliot Anderson as well. Will he stay there is the biggest conundrum as well. But I think them getting results against teams that are in and around them, I think is massive. This is a massive result for Forest beating West Ham.
Yeah, it was major, and now they face Arsenal at home. We are going to now hear from some of the other managers involved in match week 22.
Pass him in a way, and I think that's where he struggled with the lack of chances, the lack of shots. And then when it comes to it, when he does get it, it's just that little bit off that he can get hounded out, and I think he struggled in that regard.
They were saying there was a stat I saw this week that he has the least amount of distance apart from any defender in the Premier League. As a striker, he's not making as much space as any other striker. As the goalkeeper of that defence, you see your centre-back marking Victor Gyökeres. What are you saying to him? Are you saying to him, get close and just let him kind of almost have the ball and see what he can do with it?
Get tight. And what he wants to do is that turn. He wants to turn into the channel and get onto his favourite shot and foot and get that shot away. And
understand. Okay, Saka's he's going to drop. He's going to chop. Maybe I need to make another run. Understanding his teammates, and it takes time. I mean, every player, you don't know it's coming.
It's come harder and harder as you get through the season. So if they don't get through against Chelsea, which I think they will, but then obviously the final against City, you're thinking there's going to be a huge one. And the big fillet of that is City know that. City know that it's going to be a little boost to them. So there's all sorts of mind games in there.
Yeah, this new deal apparently agreed but not yet confirmed by the club, Asmir. You look at Saka, so consistent for such a period now. Do we almost take his performances for granted?
I wouldn't say that. I think, we all know he's a world-class player. Obviously, Arsenal's main man, and done it for quite some time now, and I think that's why he's being rewarded with another new deal. It's a player they want to continue to build around and keep part of their core group of players for many more years. And I think, again, what will take Bukayo to the next level is, of course, winning titles and winning the Premier League. I think that would put him on a different level with some of the other Premier League greats. But I think he's someone who's been so consistent in the limelight all the time and just goes about his business in really the right way and has delivered the goods for many years.
And yet, at a time when they're absolutely flying, he's actually only scored once since early November. A couple of months. But unlike him, anything to worry about?
No, I don't think so. And I think, again, that's incredible, really, when you think about that, how well Arsenal have been doing that. He's only been scoring that many goals. So I think the success for Arsenal this year has been the fact that they've spread the goals around the team. Obviously, been incredibly efficient on set plays. We all know that, but I think there's a lot more firepower around that Arsenal team. So one thing Bukayo Saka does, he does draw attention of a lot of defenders. So he's on the pitch because of what he's done, his reputation, and the impact that he has on games. I think he actually draws a lot of attention and hopefully opens up a lot more space for other players around the pitch.
When you look at Saka in this Arsenal team and the strength of the squad they have, one step away from a Wembley final in the Carabao Cup, still in contention for all 4 competitions they're in, the top of the Premier League, the top of the Champions League. How close is this Arsenal side to being the complete team?